Swinging kettlebell strength. I just got finished with jerk and snatch workout tonight. A lot of intervals. And I was thinking, sometimes when you're doing a whole lot of reps, you start thinking about how you can make it better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another one. 5. See that? Whoop, that doesn't work. 5 kettlebell sport competition tips. All right. Now the first one is the biggest thing. Visualization. Visualization. Okay? Whether that's meditation or whatever, like, you got to do it. You have to do it. Do you not think that the world's best athletes sit there and just focus on what they're going to do? They see themselves doing it. They see themselves doing it right. They see the outcome. They're not saying, oh, I had a shitty workout yesterday and that's the end of it. No. Why did they have a shitty workout? They're visualizing why, what can they do to make it better, and take care of it, okay? You're not off the train. You never were on the train. You're just training, okay? So, visualize, whether that's in a flotation tank, whether that's out in nature, whether that's in a freaking picnic, whatever. Visualize what you're going to be doing, whether that you're a newcomer and you're learning the moves, learning the exercises, or whether you're a seasoned veteran and you're just, trying to do better. Visualize the form, the atmosphere, everything, the dust, the chalk dust in the air. See it, okay? Now we're going to get into that later. Now, so, here's some other ones. That's a major one. But first one I have here, handle thickness, okay? By using a 35 millimeter handle, can make 33 millimeter handle feel really, really easy. For people with hands akin to mine, I love using a smaller handle bell because my fingers are short and stubby and my palm is full of muscles. Okay, it doesn't really help. It's really hard. When I go to catch, look at all that bunched up skin, look at all that. It's hard. I like doing 35, working on thick handles, because it makes 33 feel easier to me. If you have the opportunity, use both, okay? Train with both, do some time, but as you get closer to the competition, go to the one that you're going to be using in competition so you have the feel for that, okay? So training with thicker handles can make the smaller handles feel a little easier. So there's one. Here's one. When you're getting ready for your warm-up, warm up with a little bit heavier weights. Turn your nervous system on. If you're like me and a lot of other people, you're gonna have some anxiety, you're gonna have some nervousness, and that's totally fine. When you get ready to compete, you're up there to show your best, okay? You're up there to do your best. Sometimes you walk up and you pick up the 16 kilogram kettlebell and you think, I have to do this for 10 minutes straight, and that thing feels so heavy, okay? It's in your mind, it's in your body, it feels so heavy, and you tell yourself, oh, it's heavy, I don't know if I can do it. You start doubting yourself, okay? Well, guess what? Pick up a 20. Pick up a 20, and as long as you're safe, and as long as you're not gonna hurt yourself, do some reps with the 20, okay? Do some reps and feel that. Get your body turned on, get your mind turned on, pick up that 16 and go, okay? Every time I compete in 28s, I'm doing 32s as a warm-up, all right? So warm up with a little heavier weights. You're not trying to build muscle back there. You're trying to turn everything on. You're trying to be calm under pressure. You're trying to be calm under the weights, okay? So now, getting back to that, being calm. Slow breathing. Slow breathing. Do me a favor. You got a heart rate monitor? That's what I wear right there. Polar H7. And can't see it on here. But I'm watching that. When I'm snatching, I'm catching a look through DigiFit or Polar Flow or whatever, and I'm seeing where my heart rate's at. And I'm seeing how my breathing is affecting that heart rate, especially if I'm doing interval training. Focus on getting your breath to keep your heart rate down. You're snatching hundreds of reps, you're jerking, whatever. You have to do that, and you want to keep your heart rate down. Whenever your heart rate's super, super high, it's a feeling of dread, okay? That's not something, that's a stress. Your body's like, hey, what's happening to me? What are you doing to me? Focus on breathing techniques. I spend an hour or two a week in a flotation tank focusing on my breathing. Even if that's the only hour I do, that's a long time. And then when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm focusing on recuperation. If I do a set, I'm bringing my heart rate down. I don't want to live in a constant stressed out state just because I like to train. Got to keep that down. So let me show you while you're snatching. Right here, we're going to keep this. Thing is, when people start, save your long breathing. Keep your paced out breathing. Match up your movement for as long as you can, okay? As soon as you start doing this, so like breathing just too much, just do a test. Look at your heart rate monitor and start going and see what it does to your heart rate when you're not even training, okay? Watch it climb. We don't want your competition baseline to start here when it should be here, okay? If this is your base, so back to that. If your baseline when you start on the platform is here, when in practice it's here, where do you think it's going to go from here when you start? If this is rep 1, we want to start and get our heart rate down. That takes, back to 1, visualization. That takes us focus on that breathing. Just really concentrate on keeping your heart rate down at a manageable level, okay? Because if it's 100 when you get ready in the gym to do a set, yet it's 125 when you're starting at the Arnold Classic or whatever, where do you think it's going to go from 125? That's a whole lot of reps that you did that you might have kind of, let's say, wasted. Okay, so practice on keeping your heart rate as low as you can. There's a lot of ways we're going to use heart rate monitoring, and we're going to get into that into the next video. It might take a week or so. But there's several training programs that I use with heart rate monitoring and other ways to use heart rate monitors to help you and not just watch, not just chart your heart, okay? So anyway, here, the last one. Running for some people is great. Running for a lot of people is terrible. I've trained people for 12 something, more than a decade, okay? And some of the most injuries I've seen are on runners, okay? So I'm not saying stop running. I'm just saying if you're a person who thinks that running is going to help you a lot, that's fine. But make sure that you're doing long sets. If you're a kettlebell snatcher in competition, make sure that you're doing long kettlebell snatch sets, not just going out and running for 20 to 30 minutes, okay? And then doing, focus on long kettlebell sets. So, take a lightweight kettlebell. I might do, whatever, a long set of focus with a light weight. Reason is, hands, here, more breathing, back to number 4, and think about this. Focus on something that makes you focus more. So why is there swing snatch out there? It makes you focus more. It makes your reps, it makes your breathing, makes you focus on your breathing where you should be. It makes you focus on not doing the same thing and getting lazy. It makes you focus. You know what else I like to do? Instead of just snatching all the time, I like to do a flip swing, one arm flip swing. Guess what? It makes you focus even more. You have to really pay attention to what you're doing with the kettlebell. So, anyway, those are a couple things, 5 that you can incorporate to kettlebell sport that'll help you for your competitions. I don't know why I'm so fired up, but take it when I can. Later.